I'll give you the answer right away. The real reason you struggle emotionally and or mentally is because your inner and outer realities are misaligned. And in this video, I'm going to share what that really means. What does it really mean that the inner and outer realities are misaligned, and what you can do to start bringing back some alignment between the two. If you don't know me, you won't know why you might want to consider what I have to share. And so my name is Shubhali. I am an inner work guide. Over the last 12 plus years, I have traversed the space of, broadly speaking, personal development as a mentor, a coach, a therapy practitioner, yoga and meditation teacher. And of course, I've gone deep into my own inner work. And all of these experiences, the opportunity to be able to go deep dive into my own world and in the world of hundreds of others has sort of brought me some understanding of what's actually happening when I'm struggling with emotions and or thoughts, confusions and doubts. On this channel, my intent is to create content that enables you to learn, heal, grow in all things in our world. And I believe this is something that's very critical, especially in today's day and age. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you like it, so that more people can hear these crucial, critical pieces and start understanding what's actually happening for them within. So what do I mean by misalignment? What that means is that your actions in the outer world, so while you're doing things in the outer world, more often than not, most of us are not aware of what our real, deeper motives, intentions are. Not to say that, we have bad intentions or wrong motives. No, not to say that at all. It's just that we ourselves don't know what we truly are wanting or needing. And since we don't know what we are wanting or needing, we just keep taking these actions in the outside world and still continue feeling unfulfilled, confused, lost, struggling with emotions, struggling with relationships, struggling with trying to understand and make sense of our own selves. Let's dive deeper into this with an example. Okay, so let's say your mother says to you, and I'm assuming you that I'm speaking to is an adult. So your mother says to you, no, look, I'm telling you not to do this for your own good. And you have actually thought about this thing that you've shared with her. You've made an informed decision. And your mother is here saying, I'm saying this to you for your own good. More often than not, yes, of course, your mother has good intentions for you. However, her doing it or saying it for your good is actually mixed with her own deeper motives that she's also unaware of. What are these deeper motives? You see, when you were born, before you were born, you were a literal part of her body. Her body grew you, right? And now at a subconscious level, given all the conditionings, one, of course, the physiological conditioning, you literally are a part of her. You will always be a part of her. But to wrap it up and to sort of cover it up with all the kinds of conditionings that we have, now for the mother, you are an extension of her. And she may, if you say, oh yeah, this is because I'm an extension of you and you want to control me, she might be like, yes, of course, you're an extension of me, da da. But what she might not realize is that because you are this extension of her, and she has these narratives about how she wants to be perceived by others. So when you make choices that don't align with how she wants to be perceived by others, she feels the need to control you because she doesn't want to be perceived in a certain way that others will perceive your decision as. And she is unable to sort of separate this piece of, yes, my child, but an adult individual, not a reflection of me, right? So subconscious and consciously, she feels like you're a reflection of her. And so if she needs to protect how she's perceived, she must try and ensure that you do certain things that fall under that vision that she has for herself. Now, obviously, this is not true only for mothers. And so I'd love for you to pause the video, comment below if you have experienced lack of clarity about your own deeper motives and what you've tried to sort of build and develop an understanding of where you're coming from in terms of the actions that you take in your outer world. So you see, every time that you're struggling with overwhelming emotions and or unhelpful thought patterns, it is not the emotions and or the thought patterns that are the issue. It is you not being able to understand what is truly happening within. Where are your deeper motives, needs, wants coming from? What are they based on? Since you don't understand that, you get stuck in feeling certain difficult emotions and or thinking certain unhelpful, repetitive, recurring thoughts patterns. Like, I can ask myself, why do I want to be in this relationship? And my immediate answer might be, oh, because I love the person I'm with. Sure, you love the person you're with, but love and you're loving them or them loving you is just one of the many reasons why you or anybody gets into a relationship and stays in the relationship. One could say, if everything is going well, why do you need to dig into it? Why do you need to really figure out what's happening? Sure. Well, but if everything was going well, you would not watch this video. You're watching this video because you are struggling with certain emotions, with certain patterns, whether just in your thought processes and or maybe actually in your life, in your relationships, work relationships, love relationships, family relationships. And when that's happening, it's very important to pause, take a step back and see, why am I actually in this relationship? And this relationship can be a romantic relationship, a work relationship with a person, work relationship with the work, a relationship with a family member, a friend. It becomes very important to see what is making me stay and continue in this relationship. What am I getting from this relationship? When you ask that, you might be able to dive deeper into what this relationship means for you. When you understand what this means for you, then you might be able to see, so what I actually am needing is some sense of safety in companionship. Of course, things go even deeper than that, but once a few layers of depth, if you can go down a few layers deep, then you can start to actually check in with yourself. Is this where and how I want to continue being? And maybe yes, that is how and where I want to be. And then that gives me the ability to make peace with my outer life. And or it tells me, actually this is not okay. I'm not okay with this and I actually want to change it. Right? And then, so that sort of gives me the choice to own my agency and from my agency, take a decision. Let's go back to our mother example to see how we can probably resolve such mental emotional struggles. So here are two simple, not easy, but simple tweaks that in our example, the mother can make in order to resolve her mental emotional stuckness and or the mental emotional turmoil that she's experiencing, right? So tweak one is to build the understanding that my child, not me or my reflection. My child will always and forever be my child. Never was, never will be a reflection of who I am. My child, no more a young, vulnerable child who didn't know, who wasn't able to make their own choices that kept them safe. Now an adult can make informed choices, and even if their informed choices, I feel they're wrong, they're an individual and they have within the rights of being an individual, they are allowed to make their own choices, make their own mistakes. All mistakes are learning, right? So make their own choices and experience their own experiences. So tweak one is basically the mother developing her understanding of seeing realities of life. Tweak two As I understand the realities of life, I'm able to see, okay, I can let go of this wanting my child to be or do certain ways or certain things, right? Now from there, I sort of, once I have built this understanding, I have created a ground for me to be able to go deeper and start asking myself, oh, I feel this need to be seen a certain way. What is this need? What is this certain way that I want to be seen? And the mother might realize that she's probably not even aware of how she wants to be perceived. She just knows she wants to be perceived a certain way. In fact, that also she might not know, right? So, okay, what is this vision image of me that I have in my mind that I want the others to see me as? And so she starts exploring that. And then as she starts exploring that, then she can ask herself, oh, where is this coming from? And then she goes deeper into that. And then as she is sort of seeing, acknowledging, resolving these pieces, there might be an insight, an aha moment of like, but I actually don't need all of that anymore, right? And so if I actually don't need all of that anymore, what's making me still repeat these pieces? Maybe there is an attachment to who I have been trying to be for such a long time, and it is difficult for me to let go of that. So tweak 2 is all about deepening your exploration through the right kind of questions. What are the right kind of questions? You can replay this video and you'll hear that I'm not asking a lot of, but why this, but why that, but why not this? I'm asking a lot of what, how, from where, right? So a lot of opening up exploratory questions. I'm not saying why questions are not good, but at times in certain stages, and especially like when we're starting going deeper, why questions at times keep us stuck at, we say, why is this happening? And then we say, I don't know why this is happening. I'm always stuck. I don't understand, right? So to break out of that why, I don't know, I don't understand, to break out of that pattern, we bring in different kinds of questions to try and deepen our own understanding into our own selves. To conclude, you struggle mentally and or emotionally because you don't have the understanding of your true deeper motives, needs and wants, and you potentially also have outdated, unhelpful narratives and beliefs, like in our example of the mother holding this belief or narrative that my child is my reflection, I need to be perceived a certain way, and so I need to ensure that my child is also perceived that way, because whatever my child does, it'll reflect on me, right? Outdated, unhelpful narrative. And or I can have unhealthy narratives around relationships, about how a relationship should be. Maybe only a relationship with a lot of passion is true love, or maybe only a relationship where both people have like enough space and distance, only that's a good relationship. Whatever, like some form of narrative belief that you're still living and you're not aware of. And then to resolve all this, the first step is to start learning the realities of life. And as you start learning and building the realities, your understanding of how life truly is, then along with that, you also start deepening your exploration of your inner world, of all your motives, needs, wants, desires, beliefs, stories, narratives, all of that. Now, if you've been trying to figure out your inner world of emotions, relationships, limiting beliefs, all that juicy, messy stuff, I'd love to see if I can support you. Book your inner work strategy call with me. Link is in the description below. And let's begin exploring what's really happening in this inner world of yours, yeah? If you want to know the habits that changed my life, check out this video next on the 6 key habits. Link is in the description below. I'll see you back here next week with a new video on how to continually learn, heal, grow, and evolve. Until then, much love to you. Mwah.